Welcome to our channel. 10 Harry Potter characters whose Hogwarts houses are still surprising. Harry Potter had 4 houses, but they didn't always seem equally represented by the books or movies, and some characters ended up in surprising houses. The Harry Potter movies, based on J.K. Rowling's world-changing book series, popularized the Gryffindor house, home to Daniel Radcliffe's Harry Potter and his family, Rupert Grint's Ron Weasley, and Emma Watson's Hermione Granger. This house of heroes was offset by Slytherin, a house of villains with the odd sweetheart thrown in. And yet, some characters didn't quite fit into this duality, with some seeming better placed in another house. The Potterverse movies also went into detail on the Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff houses, though not as much as the other two. Newt Scamander gave Hufflepuff a good name in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which was sorely needed after their very limited exposure in the first 8 movies. It seemed like some characters would have been better off in this house from the start, allowing more balance in the series. Likewise, it sometimes appeared that Ravenclaw deserved more interesting members, with so many books and movies to explore it. Every Weasley that appeared in the Harry Potter movies got sorted into Gryffindor, but Percy could have gone down a different road. While some Weasleys did show Gryffindor traits, it seems like the family was slightly more diverse psychologically than the books and movies let on. Percy Weasley, for instance, may have been more of a Slytherin than a Gryffindor. It's no shade to Percy, Slytherins are far more useful than it seems. Harry Potter started as a children's book, but grew with its audience to encompass moments dark enough to rival most adult fantasy series. Percy Weasley may have had more in common with Lucius Malfoy than Arthur Weasley when it came to his attitude towards the family. Granted, he may have avoided pureblood supremacy, but he was dismissive of his family and shunned their name to advance professionally. Percy's ambition makes him a dead ringer for a Slytherin. He was also never too keen to break rules as a Hogwarts prefect, demonstrating a lack of Gryffindor rebelliousness. Rubeus Hagrid was one of the famous Harry Potter Hogwarts professors that ended up in a fairly surprising house. Hagrid was sorted into Gryffindor, like many of the franchise's heroes, and he showed bravery. However, his style of victory, success, and resistance to Voldemort was more in line with Hufflepuff. Hagrid was loyal to those he loved to a fault, no matter what their race or species. If anything, Hagrid was more loyal to those who never said a word, magical creatures. Scamander's allocation of the Hufflepuff house made perfect sense, and helps to demonstrate why it would have also been a good fit for Hagrid. This level of loyalty is so deep, most Harry Potter characters could only dream of it. Apart from, perhaps, Newt Scamander of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Scamander was kind and a loyal friend, not just to the important humans in his life, but the animals. Scamander's allocation of the Hufflepuff house made perfect sense, and helps to demonstrate why it would have also been a good fit for Hagrid. Bill was another Weasley that sometimes seemed as if he didn't quite fit the Gryffindor mold. He did seem closer to the typical Gryffindor than his brother, Percy, but he also exhibited some strong Ravenclaw energy. Bill was a brave adventurer on overseas missions, breaking into tombs to seek treasure. This probably does require courage, but it seems like more of a self-serving endeavor reliant on magical learning after drilling down into it. A Harry Potter TV show is set to debut on Max in 2026. Bill was a curse breaker, which required deep understanding of the curses protecting the tombs. This intelligence seems worthy of the Ravenclaw house. More to the point, Bill wasn't breaking into tombs to save lives from evil mummies. Bill was working for Gringotts Bank, which was involved in a number of shady schemes. Bill was working to secure Egyptian treasure for the bank, driven by the pursuit of his own craft, rather than any kind of brave heroics. Regulus Black was a standout member of the Black family, much like his more famous brother, Sirius. He is a fan favorite due to his understated heroism. Although nowhere near as pronounced as Sirius, Regulus' heroics saw him discard the social conditioning that had been drilled into him by his parents from day one. Regulus' pureblood supremacist family included some of Voldemort's prime followers, such as Bellatrix. Regulus tried to destroy a Horcrux, but unfortunately, ended up failing and dying as a result of his betrayal. However, Regulus ended up defying his family to try and stop Voldemort. Fans are so set on Regulus' importance in the story that global star Timothée Chalamet has been almost religious.